Your job is to stop the incoming enemies from getting past your defenses. Unlike other tower defense games, you must position your towers using CSS. We'll start with container properties. A Flexbox container has a main axis and a cross axis. Use the justify content property on the tower group container to move your towers into effective positions. Justify content positions a container's items along the main axis and accepts the following values. Flex start, group items at the start of the container's main axis. Flex end, group items at the end of the main axis. Center, group items in the center of the main axis. Space between, evenly distribute items along the main axis such that the first items align at the start and the final item aligns at the end. Space around, evenly distribute items along the main axis such that all items have equal space around them. Try justify content center, for example, to move the container's towers to the center of the main axis. Now you have more tower groups at your disposal. Use justify content to move the towers into position. Justify content accepts the following values. Flex start, flex end, center, space between, space around. Pew, pew, pew. A tower flashes red when it's positioned on the path. You must reposition it before you can start the wave. Use justify content to get your towers into better positions. Justify content accepts the following values. Flex start, flex end, center, space between, space around. Now some of the groups have vertical space, which is the perfect opportunity to use the Align Items property. Align Items positions a container's items across its cross axis and axes and accepts the following values. Flex start, align items across the start of the container's cross axis. Flex end, align items across the end of the cross axis. Center, align items across the center of the cross axis. Note, align items also accepts the values baseline, align items such that their baselines line up, and stretch items such that they span the entire cross axis, but these values cannot be used in Flexbox Defense. This time, things are a bit trickier. Try combining justify content and align items to score 80 or higher. Justify content can take flex start, flex end, center, space between, space around. Align items can take flex start, flex end, center. Use the properties you've learned to score 80 or higher. Justify content, again, can take flex start, flex end, center, space between, space around. Align items can take flex start, flex end, center. time, you have more towers, but less horizontal room to work with. The flex direction property is your answer. Flex direction defines the directional layout of the main and cross axes in the flex container. For example, although the main axis lays out horizontally and the cross axis lays out vertically by default, flex direction can rotate the axes such that the main axis lays out vertically and the cross axis lays out horizontally. Here's what this looks like. Column. Accordingly, flex direction accepts the following values. Row, lay out the main axis from left to right. Row reverse, lay out the main axis from right to left. Column, lay out the main axis from top to bottom. Column reverse, lay out the main axis from bottom to top. Now, flex direction must be combined with a property you've learned previously. You'll be responsible for determining which one. Remember, flex direction can change the directional layout of the axes. Flex direction can take row, row reverse, column, column reverse. Justify content can take flex start, flex end, center, space between, space around. Align items can take flex start, flex end, center. Oops. This time, each group contains a super tower. Super towers take a while to reload, but damage every enemy in their attack range. Use the properties you've learned to score 80 or higher. Justified content can take flex start, flex end, center, space between, space around. Align items can take flex start, flex end, center. Flex direction changes the axes. Row, lay out the main axis from left to right. Row reverse, column, column reverse. super towers are in bad positions again, but this time you'll need to apply styles to the towers themselves. The order property defines the order in which an item appears in the Flex container and accepts both positive and negative integer values. All Flex items begin with a default order of 0, so an item with an order greater than 0 will be repositioned relative to the items still set with their default orders. Use justify content and order to move your towers into position. Justify content can take flex start, flex end, center, space between, space around. Order is a number. Position an item relative to the other items in the container. To vertically position individual towers, use align self, which accepts the same values as align items. Use justify content and align self to move your towers into position. Justify content can take flex start, flex end, center, space between, space around. Align self can take flex start, flex end, center. Reminder, align self, like align items, also accepts the values baseline and stretch, but these values cannot be used in Flexbox Defense. This last one's pretty tough. Use the properties you've learned to score 80 or higher. Justify content can take flex start, flex end, center, space between, space around. Item Align items and align self can take flex start, flex end, center. Flex direction can take row, row reverse, column, column reverse. Order can take a number